We are recording with the audio.
There's not going to be a lot of questions about porno, right? Just making sure.
Derek's not prepared for that.
Throwing that out there.
Or sex parties.
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about those.
Yeah, this isn't a sting, is it?
you're a cop, right?
Chris Hansen comes out.
Yeah. We got video of you. Sex
I
parties.
do shit.
Now that we have the confession.
I don't think this one's
Yeah,
working anyway. We'll just go with that one. Welcome back to Hodgepodge. Today, I'm in the practice space of Ecliptic Vision. Would you call yourselves death metal?
Absolutely.
I would say so.
Can you all introduce yourself for the audience?
I'm Derek Pond. I'm the bassist and backup vocalist of Ecliptic Vision.
Ryan Cahey. I play guitar.
I am Josh Rivet. I am the vocalist and drink the beer.
Vincent Lawyer, drums.
And how long have you been together as a band?
Now you could say officially it's 2 years. 2 years working together.
Has it always been this lineup?
No.
Man, I can't. Yeah.
As an official band, I would say yes.
Yeah, that's true.
But as a working project, it's been a working project.
Yeah.
You know.
Excellent. That's probably a good way to do things, to have a working project and then really become official.
Yeah, kind of take it to that next level, you know.
Yeah, it took a while. I think the drummer position was probably the one that took the longest to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Very essential, and it was hard to find someone that was dedicated and able and willing to put in the time to play the parts.
Available. Yeah.
Definitely is, yeah. You have one album out, and how long did that take to write?
That's a Ryan question.
Yeah, really over the course of probably 3 years, probably.
Wow.
It started back in 2009, 2010, actually. And we were piecing together, you know, riffs. I would send them to him down in Myrtle Beach. He would put something on it, send it back, and we kind of did that for a while. And then we had to find somebody to play the drums. So eventually we found a studio drummer.
Oh, yeah.
And
Kevin Taylor.
Yeah,
actually.
Kevin Taylor, who's in many different,
Yep.
touring bands, and
Yep.
we worked with him through the internet, and that kind of allowed us to put our, Dissimilar Dimensions, the CD, together all to get, from front to back. So,
And around that time, I'd gone to YouTube with some just covers that I was doing in my bedroom room at my parents' house, and begging pretty much anybody who was doing something kind of heavy to let me scream, in their presence. And I don't know which one it was that found it, but they found me, and I auditioned, and we still didn't meet each other for a good year.
A couple years actually.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing, is that I was recording and part of the band without even ever meeting these guys.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but it worked out.
It did, yeah. You guys sound great. We just did the recording, and it was amazing. They really had the bass turned up. You could feel it in my chest, the kick drum, everything. I felt so alive.
I didn't touch no knobs.
These are definitely you're definitely the band you want to see live. You've got that live presence.
Thank you.
You're not going to want to put on headphones and listen to them. You want to go out to their show and see them live. I mean, that was the energy right there. I can feel it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is, you can't kind of play something that's that loud and that, heavy and hard without, selling it. You got to be there too, so we all do our best. It's basically a law that Vince has to take his shirt off and drum shirtless, because he's got this killer full chest tat. So
It's a law for all drummers, right?
Yes. Unspoken code.
yeah, we do what we can. We do what we can to make it fun.
Your first album came out when?
2016, right?
Officially.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
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 And what was the title of that album?
That was Dissimilar Dimensions.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's the one release we're rocking right now.
9-track CD. You can
Yeah.
get it.
Find it on Bandcamp.
That's true. Yeah, Bandcamp is where I'd get it right now. Unless you can come out to the show, that would be preferential.
And as always, all the links will be in the video description below.
Perfect.
You said you're working on an album right now.
An EP.
An EP.
Yeah.
Yep.
We,
You're being pretty secretive.
Yeah. Well, it's just without getting into too much detail, we met some very kind people who are looking to help us and looking to really try to make some quality albums for some folks here in Syracuse and the surrounding area, and they haven't really announced themselves yet. So because of that, we're trying to respect that and make sure that it's the most powerful punch when it's available.
Gotcha. You're creating that tension, man. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
That's an awesome mug, by the way. Is that actual horn?
This is actual animal horn. Yeah.
Really? What kind of horn?
Ram or bison, or maybe it came off the devil. I don't know.
Something big.
It's a devil horn.
Official Vision ale horn.
That's crazy. So what this seems like a standard question at this point. What are all your day jobs?
I'm a paver, at least during the summer, spring, and fall. Right now, I'm a bassist and a stay-at-home dad, so I can't complain.
I actually work at SUNY Cortland doing maintenance.
I guess technically right now my profession is musician.
Can't forget about Townhouse.
Yeah, no, I'm a dual musician, I guess. I'm a bass player and a vocalist, and that's about it.
I'm actually a funeral director by day, and I guess you'd say death metal drummer by night. So there is some parallels there in some ways, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm doing currently.
You're the second death metal drummer I've played with that was a funeral director or mortician.
So apparently, it's a trend.
It's a good line of work if you're interested.
I believe it. Do you have any bands that really influenced your music?
Oh man, I mean, I know all of us individually do. For me, it's just old school '90s death metal, so like Deicide and early Cannibal Corpse, Suffocation, especially, and from there, I know these guys have their own influences, and they kind of all come together because, I mean, my vocals are really really guttural, and they really have that the low grinding sound with with a little bit of the highs that come into it, but then I know that Vince drums really as technical as he can. He's a big Meshuggah fan, and these guys are 6 Feet Under and Devil Driver and Machine Head and that kind of thing. So altogether, it's a gambit.
Gotcha.
It's a gambit.
Lots of looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we touch a little bit on kind of all the different influences. It's like you have a little bit of you with the old school death metal, and me personally, I like some black metal, some melodic black metal. I think that influenced me a little bit with writing. Definitely more of the groove laden 6 Feet Under. I think we try to hit that groove for sure. And then maybe even like the Devil Driver, regular kind of American heavy metal. So with a taste of everything.
Are there any bands you want to shout out right now that you're looking to collaborate with?
Well, Carnifex would be cool.
I guess that is a good segue into the next thing. We do have a few shows coming up. The first one coming up is going to be actually the Montage Music Hall in Rochester, and that's actually going to be with the Cavallera Brothers, originally from Sepultura, of course. Also Immolation and Full of Hell, just an insane lineup of bands coming to Rochester, which I will say, outside of New York City, it can be a rarity for really good, metal shows to come around. So we're definitely super stoked to be on that one.
Sure.
And then, on the same note, right here in the hometown of Syracuse, Carnifex, Rings of Saturn, Lorna Shore, and also She Must Burn are all coming to the Lost Horizon, and we are, very honored to be able to say we're going to be playing that show. Sure. Providing local support and opening things up for them. So we can't wait. The Montage one is going to be in February 22nd, and then the Carnifex one, we're at the Lost Horizon here in Syracuse, is going to be March 4th.
Locally, though.
I was just going to say that. I'd like to throw in there that we are also playing a local show January 28th.
That's right.
With Murder Room Morgue headlining at the Lost Horizon. It's the Cold Snap. We're going to break the cold, come in, kill with some fucking heavy metal.
Get those winter blues out.
We got Shepherd of Rock coming out. They're coming from Rochester, right?
Yeah.
We're going to fucking kill this shit. And we want everybody to come out and throw some money to the guitarist of Bleak. He's having some medical issues, and we're holding a raffle.
Yeah.
We'd like as many people to show up as possible and show some love for the metal community and just the community at large.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great. These guys are so supportive and easygoing, and we were talking about that earlier of how it's weird that they're a metal band and they're all so kind, and I really think that plays into their success. A lot of the bands I've noticed to be more successful are kind people.
Yeah. That's a good point. You know, I mean, being the hardest people around can only get you so far, you know, and no one's going to really want to come up and talk to you if you're just metal 100% of the time, 110% of the time. You know, eventually you have to back off of the tough guy attitude and take a picture with a fan and, you know, take a couple minutes to introduce yourself to somebody who paid to come out and see you.
Exactly.
And we do the weirdest thing possible as far as I'm concerned, you know.
Well, I feel like that's emblematic of a metal fan or somebody that's in a metal band. You know, we get that aggression out, you know, so we don't have to feel pent up. You know, if somebody's, say someone's driving by, as a matter of fact, it happened today. Say someone's driving behind me and they're road raging. They want to run me off the road. I'm smiling. I'm listening to Cattle Decapitation. Riding down the road, happy as shit. This guy can blow his engine up for all I fucking care. I don't care. I'm going to smile and wave bye. Have a nice day, brother. Come on out to a show.
It's what keeps you sane.
Yeah, it does.
And one thing that I will say too is that you might not realize it when you at first glance think about it, but the metal community, especially here in Syracuse, is such a tight-knit group from the bands, and especially to the fans that come out, the promoters that put the shows on, and the venues that actually house the shows.
Yeah.
You can't have any of that with any of those pieces missing.
Yeah.
And so, the only reason that we are able to do any of the stuff that we're able to do is because of all those pieces working together. So for us to not be supportive of that, it would only be counterproductive in the long run.
Yeah.
There's no way to like segue into this, but have you ever had like a nightmare gig?
I'd have to say, luckily, I mean,
That was bad.
not really. I mean, our second gig at the Vault, Josh was just kind of mentioning, was a band that showed up super late, and they were really unprepared, it seemed, and they put a lot more into what they looked like than what they sounded like. But at the end of the day, we got lucky. We got a great opportunity on that. We thought we were going to play second, and we got to play last. And on top of that, we brought a decent crowd, and they stayed for us. And actually really supported us that night.
Yeah.
Right.
So it could have been a failure,
Sure,
but at the end of the night, it felt like a success.
Yeah.
And one thing that's been extremely encouraging too is no matter what scenario we found ourselves in for a show, whether it be opening up for a national act or doing something locally, we've gotten comments at every single show, people coming up to us saying, man, you guys made that your own. I didn't know what to expect, something like that. People that never heard death metal before. And, we were their first intro to that. And that's always extremely encouraging because sitting in this room playing the music is one thing for ourselves, but actually getting out and putting it in front of people and getting some sort of a positive response back, that's what actually makes it worth it at the end of the day.
That's great. Again, so positive. You can tell these guys' attitudes are in the right place. I think it comes with age. It definitely does.
Yes.
But you were talking about some funny practice occurrences.
Some of the stuff that led up to the...
Well, it was kind of recording the initial tracks for the CD. We were trying to come up with a good bass sound. We don't have a lot of experience with that, so we didn't know how to really go about it. So I was... I mic'd up my 810 Ampeg bass cabinet in a condo in Myrtle Beach, and this is going to be a thing. This is a good idea. So I'm over here recording at the lowest possible volume, mind you, listening to headphones that I can't hear, and as soon as the music stops for a pause, I hear this lady, "You stupid son of a bitch!" And I'm thinking, whoa! So I spin around, and there's some 45-year-old woman in my house screaming at me.
Oh my god.
So I spin around, take care of the situation. I rip my iMac accidentally off the desk. It smashes on the floor. I explain to her what she's done. She laughs at me, and this is the best thing that's happened in her day. So she's going off on me, slams my glass outer door in my face, and I only had 1 second to think, fuck this. And I went to open the door. The fucking thing was wedged shut. I accidentally put my foot right through the glass, and I just said fuck it. And I went right through the glass. I fucking told her, "Fuck! What the fuck you think you're doing?" I called the cops on the lady, and she got arrested.
I hope
She got arrested.
My front
Yeah,
door.
that's the happy ending. She got arrested.
Wow.
And that's only one of the patented Derek Pontone stories. So if you ever want more, come around.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of my recording, because I worked literally during the season. I worked 7 months was the season down there. I would work 100 to 110 hours a week, a single week. I was a head piercer at the 420 Superstore.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd get home, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd start recording vocals. What was nice is eventually I started recording through the Sans amp, so that's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares.
Gotcha.
So I did a lot of my recording for this CD, late hours, or I'd get a lunch break. I'd go home and bust out some vocals.
Yep.
Whenever you could, yeah.
That's right.
It's just that's the thing about metal.
This album came in pieces.
You don't do it when it's convenient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just fucking do it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Helps with the rage.
It does.
It's true.
Makes me a centered man. You know?
Is there anything you guys want to add in? And
I personally just want to thank everybody that's came out to all the shows for the last 6 or 7 months. I really thought this would be something that we'd be playing small local shows for years before we ever got a chance to open up for a big band. And I thank all the promoters and anybody that's given us a shot, anybody that's came out to see us, the people that continue to buy tickets and merchandise and everything. Some dude out in Norway or something. Switzerland, yeah.
That's right. We got a shout out from Texas and Switzerland today.
I fucking love all you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because you would think that like doing what we do, we'd be ostracized and marginalized and kind of pushed to the side and not really considered a true act or somebody that you can put faith in. But we work hard. We press the tickets. We do what we can. We try to do promo videos. We try to keep content fresh. We do deals. We do raffles. We try to make merch available, and then we shout out other bands. And so like I would like to just like highlight Soured Ground and Order the Dead from Rochester, Nil Existence, which is kind of also from Syracuse, and Inhumatus from Utica and Vile Tyrant. I mean, because without people to play with, we're just just a candle in the wind. It's only a matter of time before people stop being interested in the one band around here that's doing anything. But at the same time, because there aren't a whole lot of death metal bands out there knocking around, we're getting some really great opportunities, and we're not wasting one of them.
excellent. Yeah. This is a band that understands their success is dependent on others, and so is mine. So hit me up with those bands. Other bands, hit me up. I'll have you on the channel. I'm completely inclusive. Anyone, hit me up. If you guys want to check these guys out, Ecliptic Vision, check out their Facebook, Bandcamp, everything will be linked in the video description below. If you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up, check out my other videos, and subscribe. All right, rock on.
Okay, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, man.
This is a
Appreciate
lot of fun,
everything.
man.
Yeah,
That's
it was really great.
That's great.
Very awesome.